I'd like to preface this episode by letting you know that the dates of the workshop that's mentioned in the episode are incorrect. The workshop has been moved to September 19th as a start date. So, when I'm talking about this aligned success workshop later on, please know there's still time to register for it, and we won't be kicking it off until Monday, September 19th. And I hope you'll join us. Everything else remains the same. You're listening to the Becoming More Me podcast with me, Teresa Lear Levine. You're already enough. But if you're anything like me, you thrive when you're stretching and developing yourself, creating more of the person you feel called to be. This podcast is here to inspire and support you. Let's release the negative, reinforce the positive, and elevate our vibe together as we tap into our limitless potential to transform and grow. Well, hello there and happy August. I am just in the throes of it all right now. If you're also a mom like me and this is the end of summer for you with your kiddos, then you know what it's like this time of year. And I know in many parts of the United States, at least, kids have already gone back to school as early as the beginning of August. So my kids won't be going back to school until the end of August, but it was still a really short summer. We didn't get out until, it was around the 20th of June, I think, when they got out. And they're going back the last week in August. It was about a 10-week summer, which was it even 10 weeks? I don't know. It might have been less. And last year we had a much longer summer. So it just felt a little strange. It definitely went by really quickly, but and we still have over a week left. We're headed to the beach to be with family this weekend. And last week we were up in Maine, and that was fabulous, especially because my husband planned the entire trip and kept it as a surprise, which was awesome on so many levels. So the first level is that a lot of times when we already know what we're doing on vacation, the kids will start bickering about it. No, I don't want to do this, or I really want to do that, or why can't we do that the whole time? Or, oh, they start kind of, go back and forth. Some love things, some aren't excited about things. And there ends up being a lot of pre-vacation chatter that isn't necessarily awesome. So with it being a surprise, all there was excitement and curiosity. And it wasn't like I was in on it because I wanted to be just as surprised as them. So other than getting answers for a few questions like what should we pack? Do we need any special clothing or to bring anything special? And, to know each day, okay, what time do we need to be ready to leave the hotel? And will we be coming back during the day? Or do we need to like pack a change of clothes? Or what's the situation? It was just kind of a roll with it sort of thing, which I really enjoyed. I mean, I love routine. I love planning. I love having an idea of what's going on, but there's also something just really beautiful and relaxing about just throwing your back together, knowing that good enough is good enough, going and just enjoying yourself. It was such a gift in and of itself that he did the planning because I've planned many trips, many vacations. I know how much work and effort goes into it. I know how much time it takes to research places and research the route that you're going to drive and research restaurants and all of that. And he did it all. It was so, so nice. And we visited 3 or 4 different beaches and state parks in Maine. We loved them. I mean, there were so many differences between them. The rocky coasts. Turns out my 5-year-old is an amazing climber and apparently has asbestos feet because all of us were kind of tiptoeing over the rocks barefoot, like, oh, where am I going to put my foot next? And is it going to hurt? And he's just like running around on them and, showing his older brothers how to do it. And some of I guess it was a Gonquit we went to, had a really cool like sandbar situation happening. And while we were there, the tide came in. So we got to see it with like a lower tide and play on the sandbars. And then as we were playing on the sandbars, they basically just got covered in water. And then we kind of trudged back in. And That was also the first time being in water so much colder than we're used to, even just in like the Delaware beaches, which is where we spend the majority of our time because family is there. But in Maryland and in Delaware, we have much warmer water than they do a few hundred miles north in Maine. But it was so refreshing. I have had a lot of varicose vein issues over the years, and my feet tend to swell a lot. It's been an issue for me since my first pregnancy, and it felt so good. Like I didn't immerse myself and actually swim in any of the bodies of water there. I did in the pool, but not in the ocean. It was just so cold. And I'm not quite there yet. One of these days, I'm going to adopt and love the whole cold plunge philosophy that I see, so many friends and different people doing and getting great results from and saying they're hooked on, but I'm not there yet. But it felt so good to just put like up to my thighs into the water and just, oh, my feet did not swell at all while I was there because I kept having great cold, icy baths of water to put them in. So that was awesome. We ate a lot of lobster. I think I had a lobster roll every day I was there. And that's a lot of lobster rolls, but it was delicious from various different restaurants with various different preparations. We went to a little amusement park that they have up there that was a lot of fun. That had a great wooden roller coaster that my 12-year-old and I just absolutely loved going on, called Excalibur. And we went on that several many times. And they had a water park there too. It was honestly a little cold. The weather was perfect, in my opinion, the whole time we were there. It was never too hot. I don't think it got out of the mid 80s the whole time we were there. And the evenings were like cool, wear a sweatshirt, jeans even. And that to me is just perfect weather, just not hot and sweaty and gross, just able to really enjoy getting outdoors, doing things and being active. And that's what we did a lot of. We played some mini golf. We went on a whale watching tour out of Kennebunkport. And that was amazing because not only did we get to see humpback whales, and we saw several of them, but we saw sunfish like really close to the boat, and they are large, like 600 or 700 pound sunfish, speckled and spotted and really pretty. And we saw some mako sharks, and we saw harbor seals that were around the tallest lighthouse in Maine that we got to see. And we saw this pod of dolphins that was absolutely amazing. They came and they frolicked with our boat. I got some video of it that was just didn't do it justice, but it was just amazing. There must have been 75, give or take. There might have been more than 100, at least like 75 dolphins that were playing in the wake of our ship, that were right alongside, just jumping out of the water and showing us their fins and racing with the boat. The energy from that part alone, I think, was my favorite. Just love, love, love the dolphins. But just getting to see that many different things on a several-hour whale watch was so much fun. And just being out at sea, just many miles out at sea, feeling really just serene and just like anything is possible. It was really cool. So it was a great trip. Had a lot of good food, a lot of ice cream. We're a big ice cream family. My husband will find a way to work ice cream in twice a day if he can, if we're on vacation. But I personally don't like to eat it that much. But when in Rome, went on vacation, just kind of I do what they do. And I did enjoy more than I normally do, that's for sure. But it was a great vacation, and we'll go to the beach this weekend. And I just feel like there's been some really nice time this summer, even just like hanging out at the pool in our neighborhood or spending movie nights at home with the kids, taking little day trips. We went to a bunch of new state parks in our area over the summer, and the kids would go and we'd play in the river or the waterfalls or whatever and just explore Maryland, our home state. There's so much of it that we have yet to see. And these little day trips are so much fun. So it was a really nice summer. It's not over yet, but I am looking ahead to the fall and everything that's coming down the pike. And, in addition to the family time this summer, I have been revamping my programs. I have been starting to do these awesome new live workshops. And I'll tell you, the next one's coming up on September 6th. It's just a few weeks away. you can get registered now by going to teresalearlevine.org, and it's the Aligned Success Workshop. It's going to be 5 days of live time with me, and it'll be interactive. We'll be able to work on your specific issues, and you're going to learn so much about how to really harness your inner calm and gain clarity and build confidence that is going to elevate your consciousness in ways that are going to allow you to show up differently in your life. It is such a game changer, guys. And I'm going to be teaching you about all different modalities. We're going to be diving into different thought processes and ways that our brain works for and against us. We're going to be understanding nervous system regulation, and you're going to be understanding how to apply all of this stuff to your greatest obstacles, your greatest struggles, all the things that you find yourself kind of battling back and forth with. This is the pathway to get that clarity and be able to create that traction to move forward and to create aligned success, because that is the most important thing. You can want to have an amazing business. You can want to have an amazing family. You can want to have an amazing marriage, but actually pulling off all three of those things and feeling good about the contributions you're making to all of them, feeling good about the time you're putting into each of those, feeling like your values and your priorities align with the results and the outcomes that you either want or are getting, means everything. Because so often, especially as moms, we can really feel like we are robbing our work in order to nurture our family the way we want to. Or we can feel like we are neglecting our family or our marriage in order to give to our career, our business, our creations the way that we want to. And that guilt, that resistance, that feeling of imbalance, even if imbalance is very much a reality, those feelings just serve to hold us back from bringing more of what we want into our life. So in this workshop, you're going to better understand the law of attraction, which it's law, guys. Like, understanding it and putting it to use in your life changes everything. And then you combine that with nervous system regulation, like EFT tapping and other ways of working things out somatically, and mindset work and understandings of, personal development, personal growth and healing, and your entire life up levels. There is nothing that is untouched by the kind of work that you're capable of and the kind of results you get when you come from that place of restored rationality, restored logic, restored health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. All of those things feed the greater picture and change what happens because of it. So I really do hope you will go to teresalearlevine.org. That's teresalearlevine.org and register. It's free, guys. And you're going to get, it's such a value. Like, this is valued well over $1,000. What you're going to be learning, getting, the one-on-one time that you're going to be getting with me, the opportunities to do individual breakthroughs with me as a result of participating in the workshop. This is value packed. It really, really is. And it's such a great way to open your eyes and open the door to understanding these greater healing modalities and implementing them in your life. Not just knowing what they are, but actually getting some hands-on how-to implementation, action steps, results-oriented coaching. So I definitely hope you will join me with that. And I just hope that all of you are enjoying your summer, whatever you're doing, and that you've been able to get out and see some of this beautiful world that we live in and appreciate it and relax a little bit. I I was posting this morning, and I love Abraham Hicks. I love law of attraction. And one of the things that um I always see that comes up is, eventually everything that you want will get to you. The question is, how long is it going to take for you to chill out and expect good things to happen and expect good things to come? And that was the message on a post that I was making this morning. But the thing with that is that, and this for me has been the biggest struggle that I have since I've learned how to elevate my consciousness, is that when your consciousness is elevated and when you become aware of all the things that are actually happening in your life, how you're contributing to them, what you're actually responsible for, what you can change, all of that, then it becomes a major choice of how you're going to treat yourself regarding all the things that you still have to do, and the fact that you'll never be done working on yourself or your journey of self-improvement. Because old me would always revert to kind of beating herself up, pushing herself harder, pushing herself further, being dissatisfied with where she was and wanting to be at the next place. Even when I would get to the next place, then it was always the next place, emotionally or physically or spiritually or whatever else. And you can really use your knowledge and your consciousness against yourself if you're not careful. But I've learned that it's really one of my greatest gifts, because it allows me to see my humanity. It allows me to see my imperfections in different ways. It allows me to relate that to you and also my clients and people when I'm working one-on-one, and to turn it into compassion, turn it into stories that change people's lives, turn it into teachable moments and lessons, and not just have it be this imperfectness of my life. And to be able to accept that it's always going to be imperfect, that there's always going to be places that I strive and try and work to be better, and that's just the beauty of it all. It's not a problem. It's not something that's wrong with me. And it's not a problem or something that's wrong with any of you either. So if you keep leveling up in life, you're going to keep finding new places to level up in life. There's never an arrival. I mean, there's a million arrivals, but then there's, a next place to reach for. But we can completely become comfortable, happy, joyous, and full of purpose in the place we are while we reach for something else. It doesn't have to mean being dissatisfied where you are, even though you're interested in more, even though you're interested in different or something that might be perceived as an improvement. Where you are right now is wonderful. It's great. And through the appreciation of where you are at this very moment, you can expedite the transformation and the growth and all of the things that you're trying to call into your life. So it's so important to recognize what is already going so very well for you. Because if that's what you want more of, and that's what you want, to see even better things come into your life, and you want to attract, you have to appreciate what's already here. Anyway, we're going to dive into so much of that kind of stuff in this workshop. So if you haven't already, head on over to teresalearlevine.org, get registered for the Aligned Success Workshop. We start September 6th in the States. That's the day after Labor Day. You might even see me pop on there on Labor Day just to fire things up. But I know a lot of people will be, taking that day to do things of their choosing. So the 5 days will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. If you know me, I tend to over deliver, and you're probably going to get more than that. You're definitely going to get more than that. Who am I kidding? So just know that's the heart of it. And it is a live workshop. If you can attend live, that's amazing. And I hope to see you there. If you can't, because you might work during the time that it's being presented, or you might have other things going on, please don't let that stop you from registering. I will provide replays to those who are registered, and I will provide means for those who can't attend live to ask questions in advance or submit the things that they're curious about so that I can address them, and then you can learn from them when you watch that replay. So there's ways for everyone to benefit from this, and I'm always so very appreciative when you share these kind of things with friends too, not only because that means that I get to help more people through this workshop that I put a lot of time and effort into creating. But if you're doing the workshop, having a friend there is a great accountability, resource. Having a partner, having somebody that's going to make sure that you're showing up and learning and doing the homework and digging into all of this goodness means that you both get better results. So if you're registering, think of somebody else who would love doing this with you also. Share it with them. I do referral prizes. So shoot me a message if you've referred someone and they've signed up so that I know and can thank you for being the person that helped get them connected and on board for the Aligned Success Workshop. I'm so grateful in advance for all of you who I know will do that, and so excited to share my story, my vulnerable story, and get visible with you guys and share what has worked so well for me and help you understand how to allow it to empower and help you as well. It's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. So definitely excited to have you join me. Enjoy your day. Thanks for tuning in today. And please know I always love hearing from you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me by email, Teresa@teresalearlevine.com. If you have any feedback to share or topics, subjects that you'd like to hear more about on the Becoming More Me show, I am always open to that. And if you've enjoyed the show, please share it with a friend, and please leave me a 5-star review and share what you like. I know when I'm looking for podcasts to listen to, the reviews are such a helpful way for me to know if it's relatable, for me to know if it's for me. So anything that you can share if you review is so very helpful to people who are seeking this out as a resource and not sure if this is a show that they want to invest 20 or 30 minutes of their time in listening to. So if you're willing to do that, I would definitely appreciate it. It only takes a minute, and there are actually full instructions on how to leave a review in the show notes. If it's something you've never done before, I walk you through it step by step in a video that's like less than 2 minutes long. You can learn, and then you can help support any and all of the podcasts that you enjoy listening to. And I'm sure the hosts would be super appreciative. Thanks again for listening, and have an awesome day. Thanks so much for listening. If you loved this episode, please share it with a friend or post on social media and tag me so I can personally connect and thank you. Until next time, keep taking bold and brave action steps towards becoming more of who you want to be in this world. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are enough. Keep shining your light.